Hey guys, what is up? My name is Karen. My hair just came out. Hey guys, what is up? My name is Karen, aka cakedbybabyk, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're doing another foundation review and wear test and demo, which I am so excited about. I originally was not going to buy this foundation just because I'm kind of on a no buy right now. I just have so many makeup products that I don't give love to, so I've been reaching back into old favorites and stuff. I did, however, see a bunch of people raving about this foundation, so you know your girl had to go get it. This review might be coming at you a little bit later than other people, but that's okay because I still wanted to review it. You guys know I love doing foundation reviews, and especially if it's like really hyped up, I really do love to try it out on camera for you guys. So let me tell you the struggle that I went through to get this foundation. I was at the gym and I was like working out, and then I was like, I'm gonna reward myself with going to buy the foundation after a bomb gym sesh. So I went to Ulta, which is like kind of down the street from where my gym is, and then on the way to Ulta you pass like a Target, and so I went to Ulta expecting that they would have it in stock, and I looked around the entire drugstore section and I asked the lady, and I was like, hey, do you guys have this foundation? She was just like, no, if it's not there, I don't think we carry it yet. And I was like, it's been out for like weeks. How do you not have it? Then I was like, all right. So I went to Target to see if they had any. They did. They had a total of like 5 shades left, probably like the 3 lightest shades, like a medium shade, which I feel like could have worked for me, but it still looked a little bit too light, and then some of the darker shades. So I was just like, all right. I had to go back towards where Ulta was because they have like a Walgreens there, and I was like, okay, I know nobody goes to Walgreens, so if they have it, they're definitely gonna have like all the shades. And lo and behold, I went to Walgreens and they had a small display of them, but they did have a lot of the shades in the back as well. So I picked up 2. That was a very long story to tell you that I got this foundation, but I picked up 2 and they are in the shades 475, and 475 is Sun Beige, and then I also got 485, and this one is Golden Sun. So let's talk about the logistics of this foundation. So I got mine at Walgreens, which they were $14.99, so $15. I think at Target it was around $12, so, and I'm pretty sure they had like the same pricing as Ulta's. I mean, I wouldn't know because my Ulta didn't have any, but if you can definitely get it for a few dollars cheaper, I would. On their website, I'm just gonna read from my computer, which is like down here, so don't mind me. It says, our most lightweight, breathable longwear, be unstoppable, introducing our breakthrough longwear foundation with breathable skin technology. Up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation provides medium to full buildable coverage that lasts all day and allows the skin to breathe. Love that. The formula's 3 oil absorbers resist sweat, water, and transfer. Ooh, I'm down for that. The ultra-thin liquid goes on smoothly to give a fresh, healthy-looking complexion that lasts. Color stays true and blends in evenly, so your makeup looks fresh all day. Non-comedogenic and formulated with SPF. Ooh, this foundation is suitable for all skin types in 30 shades for every skin tone. I love the claims that it has. I love non-comedogenic foundations, which if you guys know, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop has that, and if you guys don't know what it is, basically means that it won't clog your pores or retain any of like that nastiness into your skin, and it'll help you like control oil and stuff. The packaging is super sleek. It comes in a glass bottle and it has a pump that I've really never seen before. There's a plane flying overhead. But anyways, they have pumps that I've never really seen before, which I think is super sleek. I have my primer here. This one is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, which I mentioned in my January favorites. I will link that video down below if you guys have not seen it, okay? But we're just gonna slather this all over my face, and then I'm going to do one side with a sponge and then one side with a brush. I finally threw away my highlight and contour sculpting face sponge from Morphe, which is a different shape. So this is the first time I'm using this sponge like with this shape. So we'll see how that works. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it, but this does look really big. That's what she said. And for the brush, I'm using the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush, which I always use this for my foundation reviews. All the products will be linked down below or mentioned down below in the description. So if you're wondering what's on my face, what tools I'm using, it'll be down there. All right, that's gotta be probably like the longest intro I've ever done. I will put timestamps in the description box as well, and in addition to that, I will also put my shades of foundation in the description as well if you guys need comparisons. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Eek! We are going to get into swatching these on my face. I'm gonna go in with the 75 one first. I'm just gonna pump it on my hand. But yeah, it's definitely a very liquidy foundation. Just look at that. Which I mean is one of the claims. So this is the 475. Ooh, that actually is a very nice match. And then this one is going to be the 485. Okay, I can definitely tell that this one is a little bit, tiny bit darker. I'm gonna let it kind of oxidize for a little bit. I haven't heard anybody say that it has oxidized on them. Now I can definitely tell the difference. This one is definitely a lot darker. I actually think I'm gonna go with the 475. It might be a little bit too light, but we'll see. I have already primed my face with the Becca primer, and we're just gonna go in. I'm gonna do this side with the sponge and then this side with the brush. I actually got on this foundation because one of my friends on Instagram, her handle is Lifestyle of Ariana. She raves about this foundation. So I was just like, all right, if you keep raving about this foundation, that means like it truly is amazing. So I'm gonna try it. And this is just one pump so far. That's blending out very beautifully. It does have a fragrance, which I've heard a lot of people say, but to me it's not that strong. Bring it down to the neck and to the ears. You don't want those lines of demarcation. Ooh, that is a very, very beautiful finish. A lot of people have said that this is a matte foundation, but I don't really see that. I still kind of see a sheen, but we'll see as we build it up. I've heard that this is a very buildable foundation, so depending on what you're kind of feeling that day, you might want like a light coverage, sort of like this. I can totally see myself wearing this for more everyday wear with just one pump and one layer, but I'm an extra girl, so we're gonna keep layering this on. I have this really, really useful trick that I feel like everybody should use. If you have a drugstore foundation that you know and love and you know is exactly the same shade as your skin, if I'm picking a new foundation, I will take that new foundation and I will compare it to one of the drugstore foundations that I already love in the store. So I will like literally put them side by side, and if they're a good match, then you kind of have a good feeling of whether or not that one's gonna match you as well. So that's what I love to do. This is building up beautifully. Oh my god. It's not like a thick formula, which I usually like thicker foundations, but I'm really loving this like thin, easy to blend in type of thing we got going on. And y'all know I usually prefer sponges to brushes, but we shall see how it applies with the brush in a few seconds. My boyfriend is actually coming down. Okay, now that it looks like way too light. Maybe I should have gone with the other one, but it's okay. I feel like it matches my neck, so it's fine. My forehead's always a little bit darker than the rest of my face, so. As I was saying, my boyfriend is actually coming down to San Diego to hang out with me for the day. He's taking a little day trip, and we're just gonna be out and about. So you guys will see him later in like kind of the vlog portion of this, because I am going to be doing check-ins. I'm gonna take you guys out in the sunlight and different types of lighting so you guys can see how it looks. I'm also gonna zoom in later so you can see how it's sitting on my skin. I go all out with foundation reviews. Like, I love to give you like the nitty-gritty, the details that nobody else gives. I'm excited for that. We're going to go do a bunch of stuff. I have a homework assignment that I need to get done, and I have to visit like an architectural, I mean all buildings are architectural, but I have to visit like a well-known institute, and so we're gonna drive down to La Jolla and take some pictures and stuff. It is getting a little bit streaky. I think it's because it's so liquidy that it's easy to just like push it around. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this being applied with a brush. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not as bad as other foundations that I've tried with the brush. But see, like, it is dragging a little bit down here. I'm just not excited for layering this because I feel like it's just going to kind of just move around, but we'll see. I'm going to do another pump. Actually, it's applying pretty nicely. And I take it back. It's actually looking not bad. All right, so I have it applied and I'm gonna zoom you guys in. This is the brush side, which I know I was kind of hesitant to do the brush at first, but it actually came out pretty well. This is the sponge side. I honestly can't really tell a difference, which is nice. So I've never actually had a foundation that works with both sponge and brush for me. It's usually almost always sponge, but I do have to say it looks pretty dang similar, so hooray! And this side has not dried down completely yet, but this one is drying down nicely. It's not too dry and not too matte, so it does still have a little bit of tackiness to it, but it definitely feels like skin. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey. This side is still drying down a little bit, so it is a little bit more tacky. Let's see if there's any transfer. There is a little bit of transfer on my fingers, if you guys can see that, but either way, I set my foundations with powder, so let's see how the rest of the face makeup goes on top of this. I'm going to be applying my concealer off camera, and then I'll be back to apply my bronzer, contour, blush, and highlight so you guys can see how everything applies on top of this foundation. I'm baking right now, and I usually bake in the areas that I don't lay down other powder products, so I just do it under the eyes, on the middle of the forehead, and then down here a little bit to sculpt, and then on my chin and my smile lines, and also my nose. So we're going to go in with some contour just straight onto the foundation. So this is the Kokie Powder Contour Palette. I'm just gonna dip into this middle shade right here. And then we're just going to apply this. That's going on nicely. This one is a dupe for the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. So if you guys wanna save money and get like a drugstore version, this has like almost the exact same shades. And as you can see, it's going on like super easily. Now I'm gonna do some blush. I'm taking the Girls Getaway Trio from The Balm, which has amazing blush tones. I've just been like into so much blush lately. If you guys used to watch me from like a year ago, you would know that I never used to put on blush, but I realized blush is the thing that takes my makeup from like an 8 to a 10. Like, it's just, I love it so much. Look at that, nice flush of color. Okay, that might have been too much, but it's okay, it'll fade with time. And I like to go over a like blush topper. So this is the e.l.f. Apricot Glow Highlight. I just like to douse this onto my cheekbones and then more into the highlighting areas so it'll blend seamlessly with my highlight. Also gives it a nice like peachy glow. Now I'm going in with an old favorite. This is the Becca Opal highlight. Oh, so good. I definitely feel like I went overboard with that blush, but it's okay. It does not look like this in real life, I swear. But we're gonna dust off the remaining powder. Well, everything applied pretty beautifully, so I am going to be interested in how this wears throughout the day. But I'm gonna do the rest of my face off camera and I will be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back with a full face, and any of the details I will leave in the description down below, like I said. But I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see how it looks on my face now, and then we can compare and contrast for later. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. This is what my face looks like. Do you have a preference? Sponge or brush? I honestly can't really tell the difference, but yeah, here's what my forehead looks like. I do have very bad creasing in my smile lines and sometimes on my forehead lines, and then if it's like a really hot day, I'll start creasing like in those little 11 lines right there, but I don't think today's gonna be too hot. I am gonna be outside. We're gonna take some natural light shots, you know, low light shots, what have you, but this is what it looks like. I did spray a little bit of the Smashbox Photo Finish water on my skin to kind of like melt down the powders, but it feels very, very nice. It's not tacky at all. I mean, I did apply a powder, but not too much. I didn't bake too much today because I wanted to see how this performs, but it feels really nice. It doesn't feel like foundation, it feels like skin, which I think is one of the claims, so I think it does a really good job with that. I do have a little bit of texture and pores like right here, but so far it's not sinking down. I especially did not use a like dimethicone silicone based primer because I wanted to see if it would sink into my pores and lines, so we'll see how that holds up throughout the day. So it is now 11:20. I don't have my phone, so I'm using my watch. But yeah, it's 11:20. I will check in with you guys in a few hours. Nate's gonna get here around 12. I might go grocery shopping right now just to get some errands out of the way. But yeah, I'm excited for this foundation. I don't think I've ever been so excited for a foundation review. I don't know why, but I will see you guys in a couple of seconds. It is sinking into my smile lines a little bit, and it's kind of breaking up around my nose because I do get oily over there, but the rest of it seems okay. I don't feel overly greasy, which is nice. But yeah, it doesn't feel too bad on my cheeks. It does feel a little bit sticky on my T-zone area where I do get the oiliest, but what do you think, Bib? My foundation?
Looks good.
Does it really look good?
I'm a boy.
You're a boy, yes. Okay. I'll be back again with another check-in. It is currently 3:19, so it's been a couple hours of wear, but I will see you in the next check-in. Another check-in. It is 4:06, so it's a little bit after my first one. But this one, we're sitting in the car and just finished eating an acai bowl, but the sun's like beaming straight into my face, so I just wanted to show you how it looks. I can't see if it's focused or not, but here's what it looks like. Thank you. Goodbye. So it is now 5 o'clock. If y'all can see, let me get my phone so you guys can actually see if it's 5. There's Nate. It's 5. Okay, 4:59, but I'm just calling it 5 o'clock. Here is my foundation in low light. I don't look too oily, which is nice, and if my camera could focus, that would be great. The only thing that seems really oily is my nose, but again, that's like the oiliest part. And I'm gonna turn on my ring light right now. Ooh, that's bright. But this is what it looks like. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I'm only gonna wear it for a couple more hours. That's my forehead. Ignore my texture. It is sinking into my lines a little bit and into my pores, so it's not the best foundation that I have at the moment, but I am going to wear it for a couple more days. I might wear it again tomorrow and see how that works out. Maybe, maybe not. Okay guys, so it is now 8:03 and let's look at my foundation. So here you can see it's definitely like rubbing off more than I would like, but I do have to say that I don't feel too oily, which is a good thing, and I don't have any transfer on my fingers, which is an awesome thing because usually when I get oily, the foundation tends to come off and rub off. And I even put this white shirt on again like 2 minutes ago and it kind of brushed up against my face and I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get foundation all over it, but it's clean. It's clean, look at that. If it focus, look at that. But besides the smile lines and it emphasizing my texture a little bit more than I'd like, I still really am digging it. It's also breaking up on my chin a little bit. But that always happens because I am a little bit more oily there. But I do have to say that I feel like the sponge side looks a little bit more airbrushed and flawless. I'm going to touch up right here on camera for you guys. I'm going to use the Catrice Prime and Fine powder. I absolutely love this powder, as you can see. I'm just going to do this on like a flat stripping brush. Dimple my oily areas. There's no space. This is your area. You may know that Vine. If you do, I love you like times a million. Do my forehead. Okay, that already looks like 100 times better. Look, that's like gone. And it kind of just looks like a little bit more flawless, especially like my nose. But overall, it's not a bad foundation. I just feel like people hyped it up too much, so I was expecting a lot, and now I'm a little bit let down, but I think we're going to go get dinner right now. Nate is still here. Say hi, Nate.
Hey.
Like, Nate says hi.
Okay, Karen. Here's what I found.
Oh my gosh. Siri, freaking. But yeah, Nate's still here and we're going to get dinner in a while, so I might just keep this on for like a little bit longer and then do a final check-in at the end of the night with some more zooming in and all that good. But so far, this is performing a lot better than most drugstore foundations. I still don't think that it beats my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, but it does beat it in terms of my skin looking like skin, and I feel like the shade is really nice for me because the NYX ones I feel like are a little bit too yellow. So there are definitely some pros and cons to these. I'm definitely going to try them out for a little bit longer, but so far, so good. All right, guys, last check-in of the night. It is now 9:30, and let's zoom in for one last little look-see here. So I did apply the powder in the previous check-in about like an hour-ish, hour and a half ago, but it is still looking pretty nice. I don't really feel oily, so the non-comedogenic part of the foundation claims is correct. It does have a very nice finish, and I wore it probably for what? I put it on 11:30, 10-ish hours. Wow, 10 hours, that's crazy. And it still looks pretty good and better than a lot of the other drugstore foundations that I use. So I do have to say that I'm a fan of this foundation, but I also have to say that I'm going to try it again a little bit more, probably tomorrow, and I will put my final thoughts in the description down below. But overall, I have to say this is a pretty kick-ass foundation, and for $15 you can't really go wrong. It does come with 1 fluid ounce and with sunscreen. And without further ado, that is the end of this video. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. You heard that, right? I really hope the camera picked that up. Okay.